Okay, let's talk about AI careers. It's a huge, kind of confusing world out there, right? So today we're going to draw a map. If you've ever found yourself drowning in a sea of fancy job titles, wondering what they all mean, well, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. I mean, you see these job titles flying around everywhere, don't you? AI engineer, data scientist, ML architect, research engineer. They all sound super impressive, super futuristic. But let's be real, what's the actual difference? What do these people do all day? And maybe the biggest question of all, which one of these paths might be the right one for you? It's a huge question, and honestly, a lot of people are scratching their heads about it. So think of this as your personal guide. We're going to break down 6 of the most important roles that are really shaping where technology is headed. And to keep things clear, we're going to use a framework called MCASCE. That's the Mancha Certified Autonomous Systems and Cloud Engineer Certification levels. It just gives us a really nice, clean structure to follow, kind of like a roadmap. All right, let's start navigating these AI career paths. First up, let's talk about the foundational roles. I want you to imagine we're building a futuristic AI-powered city from the ground up. These first few roles, they're your architects and your urban planners. They're the ones who literally build the structures and then analyze all the data to make sure our city can actually function and thrive. So, kicking things off at the M1 level, we've got the full-stack software engineer. These are your true architects, the builders. They're the ones putting up the digital skyscrapers, these massive, scalable applications where all the really cool AI features are eventually going to live. Without them, there's nowhere to put the AI. They lay the groundwork for literally everything. So what does it take to be one of these builders? Well, full stack means you've got to master both sides of the coin. The front end, that's everything you, the user, sees and clicks on. And the back end, all the server-side logic that makes things actually work. We're talking fluency in frameworks like Next.js and React, handling databases like PostgreSQL, and of course, being a pro with Git and GitHub. They really own the entire process, from start to finish. All right, moving on to M2, the data science analyst. Now, if the full stack engineers built our city, the data analysts are the brilliant urban planners. They're the ones looking at everything, the flow of traffic, how people are using the parks, where the energy is going, all that raw data. And they turn it into aha moments, actionable insights that tell us how to make the city better, how to help it grow and really thrive. Their real superpower is storytelling, but with data. They'll use SQL to dive in and pull out the information they need, then use Python with libraries like Pandas to clean it all up and make sense of it. Then, with tools like Tableau or Power BI, they create these amazing dashboards that actually show you the story. But here's the kicker. Their most important skill is translating all those numbers into something the business can actually use, a real strategy. Okay, up next are M3 Pro, the machine learning systems engineer. Think of these folks as the civil engineers of our AI city. They're not just designing a cool futuristic bridge on paper. No, they're building the actual industrial strength infrastructure, the superhighways, the power grids, the water systems. They build the robust pipelines that take an AI model and deliver it to millions of people reliably, day in and day out. This role is really all about something called MLOps, or machine learning operations. These engineers are absolute wizards with distributed systems like Spark, and they have this whole toolbox of stuff like Kubeflow, Terraform, and Airflow for automation and monitoring. They're obsessed with answering one critical question. How do we get this brilliant AI model out of the research lab and make it work flawlessly for everyone in the real world? And they have to track everything: performance, cost, you name it. So our city has a solid foundation, the lights are on, and traffic is flowing. Now, let's head to the frontier. This is where the visionaries and the inventors hang out. They're the ones dreaming up and designing what our city is going to look like tomorrow. And here at the M4 level, we meet the deep learning research engineer. These are the straight-up inventors. They're working in the city's most advanced R&D labs, living on the absolute cutting edge. Their job is to read the latest, craziest academic papers and then turn around and invent entirely new types of neural networks that just push the boundaries of what anyone thought was possible. So, what does a day in their life look like? Well, it's a cycle of pure innovation. It starts with reading, a lot. They're constantly scanning the latest research. Then they form a hypothesis, a new idea. And then it's off to the races, intense coding and experimentation, usually with frameworks like PyTorch or JAX.
The whole goal? Analyze the results, figure out what worked, and do it all over again, relentlessly pushing to create something brand new and state-of-the-art.
And this brings up a really common point of confusion, so let's clear it up. The ML systems engineer, our civil engineer, they are obsessed with reliability. Their goal is a stable service that works for millions of people 24/7. The deep learning research engineer, our inventor, they're obsessed with novelty. Their goal is to create a model that does something completely new. So think stability versus breakthrough. Both are crucial, but they have very different finish lines.
Okay, now for our M5 role, the AI solutions architect. This person is the true master planner, the one who sees the entire city from a helicopter view. They have this unique ability to stand with one foot in the executive boardroom and the other on the engineering floor. Their job is to take a big, ambitious business idea and translate it into an actual technical blueprint for a complete end-to-end AI system.
And let me tell you, their responsibilities are huge. We're talking about creating the AI roadmap for the entire company. They design the whole system, from where the data comes from to how the results are monitored. They have to make sure everything is ethical, secure, and fair. And, this is so important, they have to be incredible communicators, able to explain a super complex model to a CEO and then turn around and lead a team of engineers to build it. It's a massive job. And finally, that brings us to M6. The Cloud AI Infrastructure Engineer. This one's amazing. If all the other roles are building things on the land in our AI city, these are the engineers who create the very land itself. They are building the bedrock, the powerful, high-performance cloud platforms that every single AI application and model relies on to even exist. To do this, you need some serious expertise in the big cloud platforms like AWS and Google Cloud. They use a concept called infrastructure as code, which basically means they can automate the creation of entire systems. They manage huge fleets of applications using Kubernetes and design everything to scale up or down automatically, no matter the demand. They are the reason our entire AI city has a foundation that is absolutely rock solid. Okay, so there you have it. We've just walked through 6 incredible and pretty distinct roles. We've met the builders, the analysts, the inventors, and the strategists. So, the big question is, where do you see yourself fitting in? And of course, it's not just about cool job titles. These skills have real, tangible value in the market. I mean, look at these numbers. These aren't just fascinating career paths. They are incredibly in demand and well compensated. You've got strong salaries right from the get-go in those foundational roles, all the way up to some serious earning potential for a strategic role like an AI solutions architect. And you can see that the demand is huge, whether you're looking for a full-time job or freelance work. So let's do a super quick recap of our 6 key players, our city builders. We've got the builder who creates the apps, the analyst who finds the crucial insights, the operator who makes sure it all runs smoothly, the inventor who dreams up the future, the strategist who connects it all to the big picture, and the groundbreaker who builds the very foundation it all stands on. Every single one of these roles is absolutely essential. Each one is a unique ticket to be right at the forefront of one of the biggest technological shifts in human history. So as we watch this incredible AI-powered future being built right before our eyes, really, the only question left is, what part are you going to play in building it?